Hi, this is Laurie Niles at Violinist.com, and I'm here for our very first Violinist.com live interview. And we're going to be talking with one of my favorite violinists of all time, Gil Shaham. And if you read, I've got sort of some of his bio here, and it says, that he's played with pretty much every orchestra that you can possibly think of that's a wonderful orchestra. The Berlin Philharmonic, the Boston Symphony, Chicago Symphony, Los Angeles Philharmonic, New York Philharmonic, Israel Philharmonic. The list goes on and on. He's been gracing the stage for 30 years with his wonderful playing. And so, live from New York, Gil Shaham.
Thank you, Laurie. Thank you. So great to be with you. Loving being with you. Very honored to be at Violinist.com for your first video interview. Did I understand that correctly?
Well, we really have done, I've done a ton of interviews on Violinist.com. There's 2 books of them, but not really very many live interviews. So, let's do it.
Very happy to be with you. Great to be with you.
Yeah. So, it's been a really strange spring for everybody on the planet. I know that I was very much looking forward to hearing you play live. And, I'm sort of wondering for you, when this season started, what was like the last performance that you did before it happened? And then did you have any idea what was coming?
Yeah. So the last thing that I was with the London Symphony Orchestra and Maestra Susanna Melki, and we knew it was already COVID times. It was the 12th of March, and I think it may have been the last show the LSO played.
Wow!
But it was already like, we weren't shaking hands with the concertmaster. Traditional concert etiquette. You walk up and you shake hands with the concertmaster, and then at the end you finish your piece and you shake hands again. We socially distanced, and I guess there were a few other performances. Like I was due to go to Vienna to be with the Vienna Symphony the following day with Maestro Nagano, and that had already been canceled. And I think it was, I think that was maybe the last week before flights from Europe were stopped from coming back to New York. So I made it back in time.
What were you playing at that concert?
We were doing Dvorak Violin Concerto.
Okay. Wow. Well, I know you were supposed to play the Barber Concerto, I believe it was, with the Los Angeles Philharmonic in April, and I was really looking forward to that because I've had the recording that you made. Not even sure when it was. I think it was the early 90s.
Yeah, it was the 1890s.
The 1890s. Feeling old, right? No, it wasn't the 1890s, but the 1990s. And then you made another recording of the Barber, didn't you, with the 1930s concerto?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. The first one was London Symphony, Andrei Previn, and the other one was with the New York Philharmonic and David Robertson. And I too was very disappointed. The performance in LA was canceled with Maestro Payar and the LA Phil. Yeah, a lot of things have sort of, plans change. I guess right now I should be preparing to go to San Francisco to be with the San Francisco Symphony and Maestro Michael Tilson Thomas to play. And I think what are very special concerts, maybe the last season of his tenure as music director there. So yeah, we will have plenty of chances to play in the future. And I hope everybody is at home and safe and healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the thing that we have to sort of, keep our eye on. That this will end at some point. So then what have you been doing, during your time? Like I know that last week on Violinist.com, we featured the Isolation Rag that you did with, let me see, who's that composer?
Wheeler.
Yes. So tell me, how did that come about? And tell me about that.
Look, what I think is these have been times of tragedy for many people, tragic times. but ironically, for many of us, they've been also opportunities. We've had opportunities to slow down and really soul search and really question, how we spend our time and what we do and who we want to be, who we want to help, how we want to, affect the world. And, personally, I've loved being with my family this whole time. They're completely sick of me at this point, but I enjoy.
You have 3 kids, right? Is that right?
We do, yeah. We have 3 kids, and you guys have 2 children, right?
Yes. Well, one's graduated from college, so she's gone away, but my son has been living with us. So.
And how are you guys coping with COVID?
Well, I think like everybody else, taking walks, trying to practice a little, doing what we can. But and listening to wonderful music online, like what the music that you just made, the Isolation Rag. You've got to tell me a little bit. I think did I hear the Paganini concerto in there? What did I hear? There's some funny stuff that's in there.
Scott is a very brilliant composer. And I was very honored because he sent me an email a couple of weeks into this. And in the email was this piece, which he called Isolation Rag for a solo violin. And I've gotten to know Scott a little bit over the last few years because I play recitals with Akira Eguchi, a wonderful pianist and a good friend. And we've been playing Scott's sonata, what he called the Singing Turk Sonata. And so we got to know Scott, and he's really very impressive composer who writes fluently in so many styles. And he decided to write this piece in the form of a rag, which he said, Gil, ragtime always seems like sepia, which I love.
Yeah.
And I think with this piece, he was able to capture a very subtle feeling, It's sort of like this violinist at home playing cheerfully, enjoying playing, and at the same time missing playing concertos with orchestras and playing with his friends in the orchestras. And so I really was very honored to receive that piece. I was so happy to learn it and to play it.
It sounds tailor-made for you. He made it for you, right?
I just, very, very lucky and very honored. And Jan Fogler, who is a wonderful cellist and also a man who wears other hats, he's also directs this festival in Dresden, called me up and he said, Gil, our festival in May, the performances in May are canceled, but we want to put up some virtual performances. And I thought, this would be a wonderful opportunity to play the Isolation Rag, and so as part of those performances, we included the Isolation Rag. And I think maybe kind of appropriately, it was premiered on virtual Cyber Dresden Music Festival.
Oh, okay. So that's the place to find it on YouTube.
Oh,
although
I don't know.
Would you like to play the beginning of it for us?
Like
a little bit.
It is a rag, so it's
Nice.
And it's beautiful. One of my last concerts was in Los Alamos with Akira, and we played our duo program. And as an encore, we played one of our favorites, which is the Graceful Ghost Rag of Bill Bolcom, which is, it's really a great masterpiece. It's really just this gem of a piece, so masterful. And I think Scott may have been a little inspired by by Bill Bolcom's Rag, you know.
Oh, can I convince you to play a little bit of that so I could hear?
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, people out there know it, yeah, people know this piece.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Wow. I just love it. You know, those suspensions are heartbreaking suspensions, each one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then as I understand it, you've also, I mean, you live with musicians. Your wife, Adele Anthony, is a violinist, and then I think your kids play too. And so tell me about some of the other, like, other projects that you've been up to, you know, over this time of isolation.
Oh, the isolation time. Yeah. You know, it's been so crazy, you know, we kind of had to figure out what to do, but there has been a lot of music in our house. You know, my kids, I think, have been practicing their instruments more, and I've been practicing more, and I think Adele too. I guess one of the first things we did was a Bach double. I remember, Laurie, that you came to Aspen, Colorado once.
Yeah, I did.
And we heard Adele.
I heard you guys play the Bach double like a couple million years ago, but it was a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably the reason that I went, just to hear you guys play. Well, you guys have probably played the Bach double many, 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 many times, you know.
Well, I imagine you play it a lot, no? And as a teacher,
I'm a Suzuki teacher, Gil. So yes,
the first double comes up every once in a while.
You know, and what's funny is that students, you tell them, you know, there's actually a second movement and a third movement, and they go, oh, what? You know, so happily I've had the chance to teach that a little bit too, but yeah, so I mean, and then haven't you guys done some projects where you've also collaborated with people in other parts of the world? Or
right. So actually, the Bach double was our first kind of thing where, you know, we're in our living rooms, and I think like everybody, we're itching to get together with friends, and musicians are itching to play.
Yeah.
And we were in contact with Eric Jacobsen and Colin Jacobsen, who are from the Knights. You know, Colin is a great violinist and a wonderful composer as well. And Eric is a beautiful cellist and a wonderful conductor as well. And also very talented with filmmaking. So very talented guys. And anyway, we were in touch with them. And I guess right before COVID, I was with the Knights playing the Beethoven concerto in Florida. And
no, wait, now this was a recording, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. That we'd also recorded that earlier, I guess last summer. But we were sort of chatting. And
you know what this means, everybody? This means that he's coming out with a recording of, is it Beethoven and Brahms?
Yeah, maybe the Beethoven single. The Beethoven,
okay.
We'll do the Beethoven single and the Brahms single. Yeah.
I can't wait. Okay.
But then Eric we started talking, and we thought, you know, is there some way with technology? You know, we live in this Jetsons world. Is there some way where we could make music together? And we thought to do a thing where Adele and I record here in this room, and then we send it over to Brooklyn. And, Colin and Eric will overdub.
Yeah.
And Colin, I think, suggested, why don't we do the Bach double?
Uh-huh.
So we did. Adele and I played the two solo violin parts of the Bach double. And we sent it over there, and Colin and Eric recorded the cello and violin tutti parts. And then Colin overdubbed on that and played the viola part.
Wow.
Because he also wears the hat of a violist. And they managed to put it together. I want to say maybe Eric did the putting together of the thing and then made a little video clip of it. And that was the first thing that we'd tried. And certainly since then, I think many musicians have been doing this.
Yeah.
Linking up through technology. And I guess it's part Jetsons, part Brady Bunch, isn't it? Like a little bit.
Yeah, really kind of looks like the Brady Bunch sometimes. Yeah. But well, you know what? Speaking of which, we have like a little treat for everybody, right? We have one of these recordings that Gil and Adele and Julian and Eric and Colin did, and it's a Shostakovich piece. Can you tell me about that, Gil?
Gosh, I feel like I'm talking too much, but I should mention Julian.
That's the point of an interview.
Yeah. So Julian, he's amazing. I've known him for maybe 30 years. I guess maybe like 25 years ago, I met Julian with the Philharmonia Orchestra. He's a violinist in the Philharmonia Orchestra in London. And we were chatting backstage, and he brought over some sheet music of an arrangement he made for 2 violins. I think it was of Sweet Georgia Brown.
Oh.
And so Julian is kind of mild-mannered violinist by day and wild and crazy composer arranger by night. And he has this amazing collection of arrangements. And he's always adding to it. He plays often with a group that's 4 violins and double bass, so it's actually a very beautiful sound. It's kind of like the double bass is like, the thumb to the fingers, which are violins,
Yeah, yeah.
And so he put together this Shostakovich Galop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we thought to do it virtually. And again, Eric played the cello for the bass part, and then he did all the amazing film work.
Yeah, well, okay, so we're going to show it to you guys right now, okay? So we're going to lay it in here, and it's a really cute video too, so, okay, here you guys go. Besides, the fact that that's just such a fun, kind of energetic piece, I love the part of the video where the horses like eat the cookie and pass out, because I feel like this whole like quarantine time has been a time for us all eating too much cookies and passing out, kind of.
I think Eric said the cookie was delicious. I did ask him about it. Yeah.
Oh, so that was not the only, like, that group of people did a bunch of things. So, we'll put that in our in a playlist or something so people can watch the other stuff that you
I
guys.
think this was the first time played. I think like literally we just finished putting the editing together, of the video. So yeah,
you saw sort of a premiere right there.
Violinist.com, love it.
Yeah. And, so I do want to ask you about this recording that you made. So are we to expect something from you in the fall in terms of like a new recording?
I hope so. There are a couple of things that are planned to be released, and I'm very excited really about all of them. We recorded the Korngold Concerto with the Symphony and David Robertson conducting, and so we're hoping to release that soon. And also the first Prokofiev Concerto with the Singapore Symphony and Lan Shui, and then this project with the Knights of the Beethoven and the Brahms. And
is the Brahms, have you ever recorded the Brahms? Because I feel like I don't. Have you?
Many years ago.
Okay.
I was really very lucky to be with the Berlin Philharmonic, and Claudio Abbado, it was his final season with the orchestra. And so we did a small tour of the Brahms Violin Concerto. And we also recorded it before we went on tour.
Okay. All right. Well, then I think it's time for us to tell people about a little project that Gil and I have been working on.
I'm so excited, Laurie. I can't wait. I can't wait.
So it's we're planning on doing a little kind of Sunday show on Violinist.com, and we're going to call it Gil Harmonic.
Gil Harmonic. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be you. And I'm just so happy to be with the community of Violinist.com. And, it'll be just like casual get together, an hour of get together, and we'll maybe have some shop talk, violin shop talk.
Yes, the idea. Tell me about the inspiration for this, Gil.
Well, I just wanted to say I'm so psyched because I've seen the first 3 people who will join us and who will participate, and they're so awesome. So I can't wait.
Yeah, so it's sort of a cross between a master class and car talk, right? Only violin talk.
Did you used to listen to car talk?
I did. And I loved hearing about cars, and I know nothing about cars. And so
I knew nothing. I still know nothing about cars, but I love hearing those guys,
Yeah. So what we want to do is
world.
We want to make everybody love listening to violin talk. So that's the idea. But we have some wonderful students, a very young one, and then more of a conservatory student that's going to play for you. And then for the first one, we have a guest artist, Jason Anik, who's a wonderful gypsy jazz.
So inspiring. So inspiring. I can't wait.
And then I'm going to try to keep making Gil play too. So we're
going to make Laurie play. And maybe we can do something, some duet. Maybe technologically.
Anyway. So it's been wonderful to talk with you, Gil.
Yeah, and, I can't wait.
We'll be seeing more of us in a couple weeks. We will announce it and let you know. We'll also announce when we're taking possible videos of students to appear on the show. So,
or amateurs or anybody, right?
Right. Yeah. Whoever wants to submit a video.
Years ago, Adele and I did this festival in Denmark. I think it was called Danish Strings, and it was just open to the whole gamut of string players. So we had beginners who were, in their, senior years, and we had students who were very advanced, and we had some pros, and we would all sit next to each other in orchestra and play together and hang out together. And so maybe that's a little bit.
It would have been really fun for the students. Yeah. So, well, we want to wish everybody everybody stay safe, stay well.
Wash your hands.
And, practice your violin, listen to good music, and I guess we'll sign off. So thank you, Gil.
Thanks, Laurie.
And take care, everybody. Bye.